Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, I wanted to talk to you about something I was supposed to do a video on a while back. It's got to do with the drive shaft of my 2017 Ford Transit. The problem is, I bought the 17 in 17, bought it brand new. Shortly after, started hearing about these Guibo or flex discs failing, whichever you know it as. The part was, it was a thinner kind of rubber type piece that was tearing. If you looked at it, it looked like cracks, but it's actually tearing. And they would eventually give completely, and the drive shaft was uncoupling from the transmission, and it was tearing stuff up. So their first step that they did was put in this kind of brace to hold the drive shaft in, at least if the disc completely tore. So Ford did a recall on that disc, had us coming in for 17s and older transits, coming in no matter what engine you had, whether you had the diesel, the 3.5 turbo, or the 3.7. No matter which one you had, you was coming in every 30,000, if not sooner, if your disc failed, to get a replacement. Now, the problem with that was, obviously, downtime. So that was a little bit of a hassle. Fortunately, for me, I was able to work it to where it never cost me any time. I'd just come home from my normal times, and there's usually going to be a tear in it of some sort. Take it back in, get it fixed while I'm home, and then I'm back out on the road normal time. But there are other people that weren't aware that there was a problem, so there was many people that were having breakdowns. They were breaking down on the side of the road because of it, or out of town, or whatever it may be, and it cost them time and money. So Ford did that for several months, having us come in every 30,000 miles. Then they come up with their first permanent fix, which all it was a thicker disc. Just a thicker coupling disc along with another brace to keep the drive shaft in place in case it totally ripped. Now, one of the problems with that, everybody thought, like, how is this going to work? Well, it's still a rubberized disc. So the problem was Ford only put a 10,000 mile warranty on those permanent fixes once they went on there. Now, which is screwed up, because you get a brand new vehicle, you've got at least a 36,000 mile warranty on that. And then when the part was under recall, the bad part even had a 30,000 mile fix. So 10,000 miles, especially for us out here expediting, we're doing that in month and a half. So it seems obvious that Ford just did something as a way to wash their hands of all this bullshit and give themselves an out, because I don't believe they thought anybody could come together, which we haven't, as far as come together to come after Ford for this issue. Because something that was kept quiet, that unless you do a ton of digging you don't find out, Ford came out with a second permanent fix. Now, this fix being a U-joint. This one's actually a different coupling system that involves a U-joint. And that's currently what's on these vans, these 19s, 18s and 19s. They've actually got the U-joint, which you can get on the 17s and older. Now, they was doing the U-joint on the 3.7s, I believe. I don't know what made it different to why they didn't do the U-joints on the 3.5s. I still haven't found that information out. So if anybody knows, let me know in the comment section if you know anything about that, because I was never able to get an answer on that. They was putting the U-joints into the 3.7s, but they was putting the flex disc, still the beefier flex disc, they was doing for the 3.5s and the diesels. So come to find out that they do have a U-joint for the 3.5s and the diesels. Now again, trying to get them to act on that. Now, if you let me stop myself there. If you had just gotten the beefier disc and you was within your 10,000 miles, you could then get the U-joint replaced. But again, this wasn't something that they notified us as customers. It wasn't anything that was information that was readily available to any of us. Whether you went into a service center at a Ford or anything. Service center people don't even know shit about it unless you help lead them along the way if you know a little bit. I found out through a buddy of mine that got his done in a shop up in Michigan. He happened to just be going in for the flex disc was ripping. He just happened to go in, and fortunately for him, the service center that he was at actually found it. Now, I went to several service centers after. My friend and I, especially him, he did a lot of emailing of people higher up in Ford. We tried to get some traction with this, and then obviously work and just regular life just got in the way of it, and it kind of fizzled out, and we just never continued to follow through. It never built enough momentum that we needed. So anyhow, before I get too sidetracked, they have the U-joint, and I don't know why they only put it on the 3.7s and not the other ones. So anyhow, I went in and I got an estimate to get the U-joint fix done, because Ford will not cover it once you're past that 10,000 mile warranty. Now, what a dealership did that I dealt with near home, they did replace the thicker flex disc on their dime. They warranted that even though it was past 10,000 miles. Now, what makes me talk about this now is because I seen a post about a week or two ago. A fellow driver has tears coming in their Weebo disc, and they're at about 90,000 miles on that one, which is supposed, like I said, the permanent fix. So I had mine looked at on the 17, and it's ripping, so it needs replaced. So I called the dealership. They're not sure if they're warrantying this or not, but last time I was in there, I got the part numbers, and I'm gonna put it in the video. I'm gonna put it up here, probably over here somewhere, but I'm gonna put it on here, and it'll have a listing of the part numbers and the prices and the cost of labor, which comes to roughly about $1,100. It's not a horrible price. It's just bullshit that we have to pay for that and Ford doesn't. So anybody out there have any idea if there's anything that can be done with this, or has heard anything that would be helpful to me and other drivers as far as getting Ford to take care of this, please mention in the comment section, email me, anything, any information you have would be greatly appreciated. I got under this van, and as I said, there is a U-joint on this one. I haven't verified if it's the same part numbers that's going in to replace the ones on the 17s and olders or not, but it is a U-joint. It's not a disc, so obviously whatever they did, it's all taken care of now. There's no issues with them. I haven't heard anybody with an 18 or newer having any kind of drive shaft problems, so hopefully that's something that's behind us. And that was the biggest issue with those Fords when they first came out, was that drive shaft, was that coupling disc. That's all I wanted to touch on for now. I just wanted to kind of get this video out there and see if anybody had any information on this as far as Ford doing anything to take care of the customers that have still got this beefy flex disc that need to change over to the U-joint. And I'm also doing this for any of you drivers that own a 17 or older Transit that still has that beefy flex disc, to know that there is a U-joint fix on top of that beefy flex disc, just to help you be aware of that. And as I said, I'm going to put the part numbers and the estimate on this video. And I'm also going to link a YouTube video in the description. I was doing a bunch of searches, and I come across a video that's showing the swap over of a beefy flex disc to the U-joint. The video isn't very descriptive. It shows you everything, but there's no kind of narration going on. Nobody's explaining anything, but it at least gives you an idea of what's going on. So to get the U-joint, it involves a different drive shaft, half of the drive shaft, a coupler, the U-joint, and then miscellaneous parts. The drive shaft is the most expensive part out of the bunch, which is $800. The labor, they're charging 2 hours labor, which is like $223. I think it's 2.5 hours or whatnot. But they're charging $220 for labor, $39 for the U-joint, and $73 for the coupler for the U-joint. I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully I can get some information out of this video from you guys, and if not, hopefully it helped somebody out there to help you out with your Transit if you have one. So I'm gonna get out here, guys. Hopefully get a load up out here. Beautiful day, but I'd rather be driving than sitting here chit-chatting with you guys on this video, man.